As secretary of the Jolly Beggars Burns Club, one of the great things we have is we're a caring club, and we believe in kindness, we believe in helpfulness, and we believe in mutual support. So when the pandemic began to really come on stream really in March 2020, I knew then there would be major problems for particular groups of people. Disabled people, older people over 70, and those who were widows and widowers living on their own. That was a group of people I thought would be particularly vulnerable. So as a club, as club secretary of the Barrmill Jolly Beggars, I decided we would apply for grant funding and provide what we went on to call jolly bags of kindness, basically bags of messages that we would give to people to help them, because in the winter time and with the fact that lockdown was eventually on the go, people were very reluctant to go out and about. So what we did, we began to apply for grant funding, and I have to say, I have never known a time when it was easier to actually get grant funding. My wife, who's the treasurer of the club, the joint treasurer, she began to help by looking at funding sources. And we took the view, let's apply, because all they can do is say no, but there's always a chance they'll say yes. We actually raised £29,000. I didn't realise this until towards the end of the project, because the grant applications were something like, you get £1,500, we get £2,000. I think the highest sum we actually got from anybody, and that was a local organisation, the Dorey Parish Boundary Trust, gave us, I think, £4,000. And we delivered just in excess of 4,000 jolly bags of kindness to that group of people, disabled people, older people over 70 who were widows and widowers within the whole of the Garnock Valley community. That's Dorey, Kilbirnie, Bede, Barrmill, Gateside, and a huge rural area. The thing that struck me about it when we did begin to do these deliveries was that many of the people were really very lonely. And the remarks we got were things like, why did you choose me? Why did you think about me? Many of the recipients were actually in tears. We didn't go into any of the houses because of COVID restrictions, but sometimes we would spend half an hour to 45 minutes speaking to the recipient, because that's what they wanted to do, was to speak, because they were so lonely. They were so frightened about the whole COVID experience. And that sort of contact was also brought to light when we contacted people who had lost a loved one and they'd gone to funerals with only 20 people in attendance. That was another major travesty. We then moved on to issues around care homes, which again was very pertinent to my own role as an elected member. The fact that people were unable to communicate other than by phone or email or through a window with their loved ones who were locked up virtually in care homes throughout North Ayrshire. So that was a pretty dire situation. But the fact that we as a group spent so much time fundraising, going along to the large stores like Tesco and Kilbirnie in particular were very, very good with us. Not only did they give us discounts on all the food we bought, they also gave us additional food items. We did about 200 bags at a time, so that was a fair old amount of tinned fruit, soup, rice, spaghetti, all the different tinned items and other things that we included in the bags of kindness, including local history books, magazines, things that we thought people who were stuck in the house on their own would benefit from. and my goodness, they were so very, very well received. Folk were extremely grateful. Round about June 2022, we finished the last deliveries. And this coming winter, we could have a really bad winter, so we've begun again to try and access some level of funding, but I don't think it's been quite so easy this time. But 2022 itself, we started as a Burns Club to meet again. And I've been absolutely delighted because while I thought the numbers would go down, the members have been really, really keen to get back into the meetings. We hold meetings on a monthly basis at the first Monday of every month, and the numbers have been really buoyed up, which has been great. We've had good speakers. We've had 3 different speakers so far. We also held our 78th annual St Andrew's dinner, and again we had 50 people attended that. We had a superb evening of celebration. Most of it from the body of the kirk, apart from the toast to Scotland and another light-hearted toast. It was all people from within the club who performed, and it was just a great success. So going forward, our own club are doing well. On the other hand, when I look at Age Scotland, we held a meeting just earlier this week, and they're very concerned because so many groups have not restarted after COVID. They've been away for 2 years, people have got older, people are perhaps less able, so that's a big concern, that people who celebrate the lives and the welfare of older people have not begun to meet again. So that's a big challenge for Age Scotland. But the way ahead, I think, is the Burns poem, To a Mouse. The last verse of it's quite pertinent. The last couple of lines on it say, "But forward, though I canna see, I guess and fear.